Hi guys, Fire Players here and welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be predicting the AFL Grand Final on AFL Evolution 2. So today's predicting video is going to be massive, and I'm actually really excited for this one. So really excited for it. Melbourne v Western Bulldogs, AFL Evolution 2 predicts the Toyota AFL 2021 Grand Final. So again, I just want to let you guys know this right now that some of these will not have the correct players, so the lineups will not be correct. So just so you guys know that's just what I'm letting you guys know. Alright guys, so of course going to be at Optus. That's where the game is going to be played. It's going to be at the same time, Optus Stadium, 7.5 minute quarters. We're going to be watching this game unfold. Twilight, 17:15 is when the game will be kicking off, Perth time. And then we'll mostly seeing we'll probably see half prime time and half all that kind of cool stuff. Half prime time, half twilight. It'll be grand final, and all this will apply. I'll put the wind on medium just so then it is a little bit more of a challenge. So of course again, teams and that will not be probably what they are. Probably one of them, Nathan Jones, would probably be in the team. Meanwhile, he won't be in there for the grand final, but that's okay. You guys will know that it's alright. We are just here to predict the grand final and let Evo 2 predict it. It's going to be interesting to see what it's saying. And I also have given this a couple of attempts, and the reason why I haven't posted those past attempts is because they've been both smashings, both 100-point smashings, which I don't want to waste your guys' time, and I don't like to waste my time either. And I just don't think that'd be good to put out to YouTube, a 40-minute 100-point smashing. So I want it to be nice and close. I reckon my real-life prediction is 2 points. I reckon this game might be a little bit more than 2 points. I wouldn't be surprised if it is, but I just really want it to be close and a really good matchup. So I'll go through a couple of the opening cutscenes. Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs, grand final. Looking nice at Perth. We'll just quickly go through the lineups. Let's see what can happen. So it's Gawn and Martin, and we're underway here. And Gawn straight away, tap down straight to himself. Jones was in there. And well, Tomlinson, no, that wasn't Tomlinson, that was McDonald. Jones already going to get a look at things. Nathan Jones, who's not playing in the grand final, and he gets the D's first in the grand final. Nathan Jones kickstarts the D's in their grand final. Gawn again wins the hit down, this time to Bontempelli, who I think gained maybe a metre of the Demons. Bailey Fritsch goes back inboard. And Bontempelli, he's going to be big. He's going to be a massive performance play here. Treloar just got run down. Liberatore had an opportunity. Dunkley gets wrapped up. And now, I reckon we're going to see a good grand final here. Melbourne v the Western Bulldogs. Now that goes out for the D's. And they can use the corridor. Oliver. I think that was Langdon running through. Now over the top. I think that one was Rivers to Brayshaw. Spargo gets wrapped up. So it is in the D's forward 50. Martin wins the hit down this time. And I think they wanted to get it, the Dogs wanted to get it back to Martin. I think this is Dunkley. No, this is Johannesson, I think. Oh no, Easton Wood. And he just tried for one too many. I think he got 2 down. He fended off 2. And it was the unlucky third one. I think this gives McDonald a good opportunity. Oh no, Melksham gives Melksham a good opportunity, and these have the first 2 of the grand final. Where will the Dogs' response be coming from? Gawn. Here's Martin. Out for Oliver. What a gun he is. He goes toward goal, and that is there behind. So the D's 2-1 early. And they have been really leading against this Dogs team. That could have been a poor turnover, but Hunter was good enough on that occasion to take the mark. Looking for Smith, but finds Oliver instead. He goes back in the middle. That's a dangerous kick because Williams was onto it. Williams has been pretty good as well for Western Bulldogs. He's been a great player. Taylor Duray is back and takes a strong mark. Centre half back. He goes into the middle of the ground. English or Vandermeer, and he finds Vandermeer. Out wide. Hunter dropped it, and that allowed Tomlinson to swoop in. Jason Johannesson couldn't quite. And now he gets it. McRae underneath it. But Langdon used his body and just got him out of that. The D's with the first 2 goals. And Oliver has been in this game a lot. He has been really good so far. Almost a possible marking opportunity for the Dogs and the D's, both of them, but the spoil came in from the Dogs. Now Brayshaw. Jetta kicked it to Brayshaw, but Liberatore. Brayshaw's kick wasn't so good, so Liberatore with the nice interception here in the middle of the ground. He goes looking for Dunkley, who's, I don't know, about 65 out. He looks into the pocketish area and finds Langdon. Langdon's been good on McRae so far. Liberatore, he came in with the spoil, and Jetta was not going to get away. Liberatore here with a pretty decent opportunity. To McRae, that can go long, and it could have bounced, but May was just too good. Now there, Liberatore sat underneath it. Jetta, Wallace, Dunkley. He's Mr. Unstoppable right now. He has just been taking all those marks and all that today. Has Dunkley. Wallace almost got some space. Viney, and that'll be gone. So the Dogs, through Treloar, will get their first scoring shot. Treloar about 40 or 35 out, pretty much no angle, and he slots it. Dogs with their first of the grand final. Back underway in the middle. Treloar, that man that just kicked a goal, getting another touch. Williams sits underneath it. Nice spoil. McRae. It's a 2-on-1 in favour of the Dogs. Vandermeer had more time than what he thought, but Brayshaw just sat underneath it. He goes in the middle of the ground, and Oliver just swooped on that opportunity, but the smothered kick. Now Martin, he'll be able to get a look at a disposal. Finds Wallace. Probably not the right option for him. It was a little bit too far out, but McRae, you'd think he'd have this in him. Jack McRae, right on 50, he'll have the kick. Right on 50. That works for Jack McRae, and the Dogs are back into this match. 13-12, D's with the 1-point lead. Now there, Petrarca worked his way through. Dogs fans getting excited now as they've just kicked the last 2 goals. And Eastonwood takes a nice mark. Now there, Treloar out to Viney, and he just sends a high and a long ball inside forward 50, and McDonald crumbed it, and he gets the goal. 7-point leaders now are the Melbourne Demons. As we're about halfway through the first quarter, Liberatore had plenty of time. Now Treloar found Bruce on the lead, and that was too easy for Josh Bruce, so this would be for a good response. 45-metre kick, angle about it. He's going to have to position this perfectly. Not the easiest of kicks, but Bruce made that look easy, and he just slotted it. Back underway in the middle. Gawn wanted the run on. Langdon. Gawn almost actually got it, and Treloar's wrapped up. Sorry guys. Martin and Gawn. Petrarca right out of there. Sends it in. Keith with the spoil, and a push from the back from Gardner. So now, here is a Tom McDonald opportunity to really make the Demons feel good about themselves, and he's done it. And that is good for Tom McDonald. That's his second goal of the night, I reckon. Now there, Oliver, another clearance for the D's, but Eastonwood got Duray out wide. Does he want to go to him? He chooses in Smith instead, who actually drops the mark. Duray will end up getting it, and he just snaps the ball around his body, sending it just long and high. Jones, Smith, Treloar. Here go the Dogs. Lipinski sat underneath that. He's around 60 out. He just puts it up. And Petrarca, he can get back and help out his team. So that's what he did, and he takes a nice mark. Now Salem here. Around the half back, right out to the wing now. Stephen Martin just looking for some options. And none of them really presenting. And Jordan probably could have been able to keep that alive, but unfortunately for the D's, they send that over the boundary line because that was in a good attacking position for them. English now just puts it to space, and there will be markers back, and Lever takes the mark. He's found Tomlinson out wide, who is gone. A little bit too slow there. He thought he had plenty of space, but he just didn't. Wallace. Jetta though, he just jets away. It's in his name. Bailey Smith now has to be careful, and Keith is wrapped up. Now that Norton's been pretty quiet, but Bontempelli, the beautiful sidestep, up to Crozier. Crozier didn't really do a lot in that contest, and that made it pretty easy for Jetta. Petrarca beats Bontempelli. That's going to be a great matchup. Very good matchup indeed. Neil Bullen here on the half-back line. Kicks it back. Adam Tomlinson also on the half-back line. Switched it and thrown the ball Christian Salem. So Josh Dunkley, it'll be around the 56-57 metre kick. So 56-57 metres. And that looks okay, but it faded a little bit late. And it's a minor score, so it's a 6-point game. The Dogs, I don't think they've led this quarter, if I remember, so haven't led it all this game yet. Petrarca, that could change soon though, perhaps. Neville Jetta's wrapped up as the clock starts to tick down in this first quarter. Bontempelli gets pushed from the back by Christian Petrarca, so, and it's the quarter time siren, so both these clubs can be level. If Bontempelli kicks this, it's just a 52 metre kick, I reckon, just over 50. 52, 51 metre kick. He actually took it on 50, and that's nice. So 25 apiece going into the quarter time break. We are level, 4-1-25 apiece, and we are very close in the stats. The D's have had one more inside 50. 6 more disposals the D's have got. They're winning both the uncontested and contested possessions. They're winning kicks and handballs. They're winning clangers as well, 23-14. They are winning marks, 18-13. 23-21 tackles. 2-4 free kicks. The Dogs have had more free kicks, and they are smashing them in the hitouts, 12-3. Treloar 4 touches, 3 for Smith, 3 for Bontempelli. That's Bailey Smith. A goal for McRae, Bontempelli and Treloar. For the Demons, it is 6 touches for Petrarca, 5 for Langdon, 5 for Oliver, 2 goals for McDonald, 1 for Jones, and 1 for Melksham. So, yeah, the Dogs have not led this game. They've only drew, which is at this moment right now. Second quarter, the lights are on. Second quarter at Optus between the Dogs and the D's in the grand final. Gawn tried to take it, Petrarca. Now I think that one's over to Langdon. McDonald to Jones. Almost watch out, but he gets the goal, and the D's have scored within 40 seconds. So what a start for them. They are the quick starters here. Petrarca gets another clearance next to his name. Brayshaw, pretty easy uncontested mark in the end. And now that he opted to go out wide. Fritsch, I thought Daniel could have got back to spoil that. Wood though takes a nice mark. Out wide dangerously to Smith, but it works. Treloar here takes the mark. He goes back. Keith, but that was very dangerous there. That could have cost him there. Treloar is happy to chip this ball around. More than happy, just play possession-based footy. Keith, he's getting a lot of touches, is Alex Keith. And here's one for Williams. They're just happy to chip this around, add a couple of stats next to fair few people's names and all that. Hunt beats Dunkley on that occasion. Dunkley's been very good in that first quarter. Gawn, Daniel, and he has to be careful with what he does, and he did that one pretty well. McRae now, blind turn. Here we go. Norton goes toward goal. Bruce or May will rush it through. So if the Dogs get the next goal, they will lead for the first time this game. And that would be interesting. Viney, Bontempelli was very close. He was hot on Viney's tail. And this is a close grand final right now. Oliver's wrapped up. Norton couldn't quite. Now, what's going to happen here? Wood comes, gets the ball, goes toward goal, and he just misses. I thought that could have been a goal there for a moment, but Just missed because of the wind. Now the English try to take the mark. Vandenberg, not his normal position. Caleb Daniel now. The Dogs have been missing a fair few. This could be them in front right now, but they're not because of a couple of missed chances. Oliver has got it. Where do they go from here? They go to Hunt, I think. Yes, it is Hunt. Not the best of kicks. Jordan can use this, but that, a good tackle from McRae, just in time too. Sees the kick go into the stands. Gardner, lucky to be 15. That kick from McRae goes to Gardner. Liberatore now takes a strong mark. And now the packs are starting to flood forward. Duray's off with a handball, and they didn't use him, interestingly. And Salem takes a mark, so now all the packs are starting to flood back again. Down the middle, right down the guts of Optus. It worked, almost a mark. And then now, Jason Johannesson, I think he wanted it back, just didn't quite work. Hunter got it instead. Bruce underneath it. Multiple players here, and a high tackle. Mitch Wallace will see the D's with the free kick in their defensive half. So right deep in the back line there, and it's coming back. You'd think. May, Rivers, May, and they get out of trouble. But it could be coming back soon through McRae. Norton or Crozier. Crozier takes the mark. Short ball on the English, just didn't work. And now they're the D's, they're out again. Hunt. But though, that was straight, so I'm not sure who that was. Was that Vandermeer? I think it was Vandermeer. And yes, it is Vandermeer in the end. And the Dogs have the lead. The lead for the first time today. They lead. Back on the way. Martin with just an ish tap. It's a throw on the ball, Jack Viney. So have the Dogs got a little bit of a momentum swing here going in their favour. Daniel. McRae. It's been a very even game so far. It's been good. Daniel with the handball. He's been getting a couple of stats. Liberatore there. Jones almost run down. Gardner trying to get Big Maxi. Good luck with that. High tackle Nathan Jones. Easton with a centre half back. Finds Bontempelli pretty well in the middle. The interception though. Wood again. What are they doing? Viney. And the Dogs made a mess of that. And the Demons take back the lead, which has been something they've had a lot today. The D's is something called the lead, where you're in front. Or in other words, have more. Martin, that's a good kick to Bruce. Bruce or English, almost worked. Wallace out the back. You can't be missing that. And he misses it, and he slams it right into the post. The poster. Stephen May. Kicks it short and risky, but it worked to Rivers. He settles for a moment now. Looking for Smith. Well, looking for Jordan. Smith almost. Jordan with a nice kick. Tried to make it look a little bit too pretty, I reckon, in the end, because English got across with this boy, or ball up. Adam Tomlinson here in the centre square. Petrarca. Almost. He just got rid of it correctly. And then now, Norton sits underneath this. Surprised he didn't take the mark, actually. Wallace. You don't miss that. And that is something he doesn't miss. And the Dogs take back the lead in this very seesawing second quarter. Now there. Out the middle again here. The Dogs have been winning clearances. Mitch Wallace. Maybe this is just beyond his range. It'd be a 55 metre kick. Well, a 50, 53 or 52. Bruce now. Almost. And that's interesting call there. Called it behind. Demons 6-1, 37. Bulldogs 6-6, 42. So if the Dogs had to use a couple more of their opportunities, they'd be in front right now by probably 2 or 3 goals. Pushed from the back by Langdon gives McRae a good opportunity to send the ball in. That was a bit of a dud kick though. Straight to lever. Now do the D's get something out of this? Jetta, just a high and a long kick. Hunter in the prime position, and he takes a good mark. Opting to go on nice and quick. Quarter's starting to come to the end now, and Lockie Hunter sees it out of bounds. Now there. Martin. I think that one was Norton. One too many with the handballs. Neville Jetta. Oh man. And the D's have managed to find a way to mess this one up. A Trent Rivers high tackle here gives Norton a good chance on goal. A very tough angle, Norton. 35-metre kick. Looked a little bit ish at the start, but he gets it back and it's a goal. Now there. Stephen Martin again will be able to get a clearance and into English. There's been a momentum changer here right now. There's a vacant square as well. There is still that vacant square and not anymore. English though, there was no worries there with the distance and nor the accuracy as well. And now the Dogs are making the most of their opportunities that they are getting in front of goal. Maybe that's the good end perhaps. Bruce gives it a kick and he's just hit the post. So half time's about to come, and the thing I'd be thinking while I was a D's player right now is just you cannot concede. You just cannot concede. Jack McRae to put the Dogs even further in front. His goes in long. Vandermeer sat underneath it. English out the back. Hunter goal. So now this is where it starts to become a little bit of a blowout here. The Dogs, they've just been scoring very rapidly. Petrarca to Lever to Oliver. Now it's just a very messy ball, and I think that one was Tomlinson there wrapped up with it, or McDonald. Now Norton has to win this, or it was Keith. No, it was English that had to win the foot race, and he just couldn't quite. So Norton in the ruck again. It's been chucked into the ruck. English, and he is wrapped up. Stephen Martin, time for his stint in the ruck now. And Neil Bullen is wrapped up. Norton v McDonald in the ruck. Been a lot of ruck contests here. There's been a lot of ball ups. Neil Bullen, run down. Petrarca sends it long looking for Wiedemann. Pushing the back Eastonwood. The D's have got to go quick. They're going to want to score before half time. Daniel, Viney, and it's half time. Probably right when they were about to set one up. 24-point lead to the Western Bulldogs. Melbourne 6-1-37 plays the Dogs at 9-7-61. That was the quarter where everything flipped. Now all of a sudden the Dogs lead the inside 50 count. The disposals, the kicks, the marks, the tackles, the free kicks, and they're back on even terms with the hit outs. That was a quarter to remember for the Western Bulldogs. Now what's going to happen? The D's are probably going to fight back this next term in the third quarter. 9 touches for Langdon and Petrarca. 7 for May. 2 goals for Jones and McDonald. 1 goal for Viney. 1 goal for McRae, Bonapelli, Treloar. And then 9 touches for McRae. 6 for Wood. 6 for Treloar as well. There's been a lot of multiple individual goal kickers. 9 individual goal kickers for the Western Bulldogs and only 4 for the Melbourne Demons. So it's going to be interesting. Only 2 goals scored for the Demons that quarter. Meanwhile, the Dogs got 5 goals. Third term, second half underway here, live and free. It's the grand final. And yeah, Melbourne and the Dogs are straight away in. Wiedemann almost. Daniel just lucky to get the ball out. Could have been turnover there. Fritz was wrapped up. So in the opening minute already some good signs for the D's here. Liberatore getting it out there, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was caught with the ball. Now, who's going to make their move here? Petrarca was there. Hunter, and now it is there for the Dogs. Jetta could have taken the mark, just wasn't allowed to. Pushing the back, Bontempelli. Wallace, and he'll be caught holding the ball. Now, short ball, Neville Jetta. What are they going to do from here? Right in the centre circle. Eastonwood takes a nice defensive mark. McRae made sure that he could get a pretty good run onto things here. And that's what he did, but a kick is probably going to come straight back. Rivers unlucky enough not to mark it. Liberatore sends it goalward. And he misses, so... I mean, look, it's been it's going to be an interesting third quarter. This is where you do it. This is where you try to win it or you lose it for the Melbourne Demons. Mitch Wallace misses. So now what are the Demons going to do? Play on Stephen May. Patrick Lipinski takes the mark. And he goes short. And Stephen Martin takes the mark. So this might just, I reckon this is beyond his distance. It's a 53-metre kick. He puts his all into it and gets it. So I didn't think he had the distance, but he does, Stephen Martin. He's had a pretty good game. And look at that, last 10 scores all Dogs now. They are really stopping and troubling the D's here. Throwing the ball, Latham Vandermeer. There needs to be a momentum swing here going in favour of the Demons. And maybe if Neil Bullen kicks this, which he does, is this the start of something big for the D's? You'd have to hope so if you want it to be a close game. Viney out the middle now. Some opportunities here perhaps. Hunter took the mark. Rivers took another. He will reload the attack here. Fritsch. This is within his distance. He opts not to take it. Wiedemann in the pocket. And if he kicks this, unbelievably, it'll come back to a 20-point game. And then the D's will be a good sniff. Wiedemann, very tough angle, 35-metre kick, and he has just snuck it home. Wiedemann gets the goal, and it's 49-69 now, and anything can happen. Treloar, though, out of the middle. And, well, Hunt sits underneath this, but Lipinski got back into the contest, which is what a good player does. And then now there's Stephen Martin here. This time he's about 55-60 out. Hayden Crozier is around the same, 55-60 out. He just puts a little ball in looking for Treloar. Norton gets the goal, and that is big. That is a big goal in the game. And that could be the stopper. But Jordan just got the clearance out to McDonald. This could be within his distance. He opts not to kick it. This goes long to top of the square, and Dre takes the mark. And he goes wide. Williams, that was all his mark. Is he going to go back inside defensive 50? That's what he's going to do. Daniel, that's now risk written all over that. Johannesson, and it's a push from the back, so it'll be a free kick to the Dogs. Out wide. Jordan, was probably his mark. And he's wrapped up with it. So if the D's get one, it's back to 20 points, which is a crazy thought here, most certainly. Now they're Neil Bullen throwing the ball. And don't forget, the clock is ticking here. Every move right now that the Dogs are making is just taking precious seconds off the clock here for the Melbourne Demons. Now though, Neil Bullen, I think, this reloads the attack. There's opportunities here, and Spargo takes the mark. This is what Melbourne need to bring themselves back into this contest. And it's a goal for Spargo. 20-point game again. And now the D's will need the next. They'll probably need the next at least. Probably the next two to really get themselves back into this game. English just puts it up to a random position. And Hunt takes the mark. Even though he had two Bulldogs to beat, he bet them both. Liberatore just misjudged it. Clayton Oliver sends it top of the square. And Vandenberg, they are back in this here, the D's, if he kicks this. To make it a 14-point game, to really send shivers down the Dog's spine. He's hit the post. So it is a 19-point game. Back into the teens though. That's when it gets close. Keith brings the ball in. Straight to Gawn. Can he be the hero that the D's are looking for? Melbourne need him to stand up, and he does. And Gawn has brought them right back into this contest. The Dogs can't do anything about it. Bonampelli out of the middle. He wins the clearance. Opportunities here for the Western Bulldogs. Lever, but a push from the back from Josh Dunkley, and the D's have to go now. If they get another goal, it's back into single digits. It'll be a 7-point game because it's currently a 13-point game right now. So if you kick this as a 7-point game, and you are right back into this. Lever plays it on, even though the D's are in this right now. I think that one was Dunkley underneath. Bontempelli out to Vandermeer. The Dogs though, they need the next. It would be a 19-point margin if they did. Dunkley fumbled it. Brayshaw, Wiedemann. There's options aplenty now. McDonald couldn't quite hang on, and he just gave it straight back to Daniel. But it's again a congested footy here. Wiedemann, all he had to do was just gain some metres. Keith, and it's a high tackle from Wiedemann, and that relieves the pressure. It's probably around 6 or so minutes, probably 3 real-time minutes, 2 or 3 real-time minutes left in this quarter, and probably 6 or 7 in-game minutes to go. Spargo, 50-metre kick. All eyes on this, and he's got it. It's a 7-point game. And now, this is where the worry sets in. Both teams on 11 goals. The only thing that's separating the Dogs is the behinds. They should be up by more than this, the Western Bulldogs, but they have missed chances. If the D's kick another, it's a 1-point game. And then they would consider themselves pretty well right back into this contest, even though they are still in this. Now there, Brayshaw. We were even at quarter time. The Dogs had a pretty big lead at half time, a 24-point lead. And we are going to be pretty back well to even here at 3/4 time. You'd be thinking, Wallace, little kick. Does it have the legs to go all the way? It just bounces through. And it only got through by about a couple of centimetres in the end. The Dogs are lucky to get that goal. Very lucky. Martin out to Liberatore. This would be the game changer, really. Bruce is happy to slap it through from behind. It's a 14-point game. The D's will need the next, however. But again, you just cannot concede this quarter, because then it goes back out to a 20-point game, and then you've got a real tough task on your hands in the final quarter. So Stephen May, play that on to Jake Lever. What was he thinking there, Stephen May? Neville Jetta just clears it, and fair enough, that's what you should be doing. Now though, they can get going. I think that one was Tomlinson. Very short kick to Hunt, and he's just got to go. If he can get it to 55, they can have a shot after the siren perhaps. Fritsch dropped one he probably should have taken. Wood now, he could have been in some trouble, and it's coming back through Petrarca. Bailey Williams. And if you're a Western Bulldog, you hold it up to see out the quarter. And it's a 14-point game. 11-2, 68 for the D's. 12-10, 82 for Western Bulldogs. Again, the stats were really even that quarter. The D's have jumped back ahead in some things. And I'll just give you guys a little bit of time to look at those stats as I'm looking at them right now as well. The hit outs is very even. 12 touches for Petrarca, 9 for May, 9 for Langdon, 2 goals for Jones, McDonald and Spargo. 10 touches for McRae, so only the extra touch for him. 8 touches for Wood and Martin. 2 goals for Norton and Wallace, and 1 for McRae. 14-point lead here. And well, the Dogs have had their ups and downs, and these are coming. Most certainly. Now, let's get in to the 4th and the final quarter here at Optus Stadium in the grand final. It is the Dogs of Melbourne, and we're ready to commence things. Martin v Gorn here in the ruck. Bontempelli wins the hit out. Treloar. First goal of this is massive. Tomlinson takes the mark. If the D's get a goal, it goes to 8 points. If the Dogs get a goal, it goes to 20. And if no one scores for a little while, it'll be 14, and then it still gets tough. So every second they'll need here. Wiedemann went the long way, and he gets the goal. And that's what the D's need to open up their account in the final term, is the goal. And they are coming. And if this is going to be such an intense grand final here right now. Tomlinson again. He's already taken 2 marks in the space of 2 minutes in this final term. The ball asked a little bit too much for Viney, but he could have run down Martin. It'll be a bouncing ball. Oh no. May actually got back to take the mark. Salem. Are the Dogs going to choke? Wallace. If he got that, it probably wouldn't have looked like it. Next goal again is key. If the Dogs get it, it goes back out to a 14-point game. If the D's get it, it is a 2-point encounter. Oliver. He gets the ball back. There's an extra D's play going to this as in Fritsch. Oliver made his way there. Melksham goes long, long. Wiedemann. And the touch behind from the Bont. Sees it at 7 points again. Alex Keith brings the ball in. Risky to the Dre, but it works. Now they're back over the top. What's going to happen here? It's going to be a mark for Lever. The Melbourne intercepts have really gone to work in this last quarter right now, and the Melbourne defence in general have just really gone to work. They know they want to win this premiership, so if they want to win the premiership, they have to play this last quarter, and they've got to play all of it. Bonampelli goes back inboard, and for Duray, and it works. Duray's also been pretty big in this last quarter so far. Latham Vandermeer, this is the first touch for the last quarter. Sends it in. Lever almost to the mark. And now, though, the D's are out. Viney. There's a long ball ahead of Wiedemann. What's going to happen here? Which way is it going to bounce? Fritsch has a good chance. Vandenberg will miss. It is a 1-goal game. 76-82. Both teams have scored 12 goals. Again, only behinds separating them. Here's an opportunity for the level. Oh my gosh, the D's are back. Melksham has put them on 82 apiece. And are the Dogs going to come up with a massive choke? Back underway. Norton goes long and strong. May back there now. Wallace, Bruce, what happens? Out on the full. Oh man. Risky kick to Tomlinson. And he's wrapped up. Every move they make now is crucial. What is going to happen here? McDonald. Oh my gosh. Petrarca. Fritsch almost with the mark. Gardner. Everyone will be very nervous right now to either team. What's going to happen? Is it a goal? No. May takes a mark. And now, that's a risky ball in. It goes to Petrarca. Do they hold up time or do they go? That's a risky kick too. Brayshaw had to spoil, and he gets on the end of it though. Kicks it in the middle of the ground. Just missed Gorn. Liberatore there. Petrarca's wrapped up. Time is being ticked off the clock here, and now you just want to know who wins. Throwing the ball Trent Rivers, so it's coming in the Dogs' favour here. English leads and takes a mark. What happens here? What does he do? English settles on the 50-metre kick. And it's not going to have the legs, but there's two Dogs players. Duray directly in front. 10 metres out. Should nail this. Taylor Duray. He doesn't miss that. The Dogs go back in front. Now there, what do the D's got left? What do the Dogs have left too? One more for the Dogs and that makes it tough, but because another one for the Dogs and they will go 14, no, they will go 12-point leaders. Bonampelli. Tomlinson here, he just has to accept that he's going to be wrapped up, and he accepts it. Gorn. He wins the hit down and he puts it in his team's favour. Viney now in, and it's a spoil. Rivers is caught holding the ball. I don't know if he had prior there, but he, according to the umpires, he did. Now, Spargo probably bit off more than he can chew. And Gorn is wrapped up. Again, winning these clearances are going to be key in this last quarter. I think that one was just Petrarca just cruising through. Wiedemann will level it. You wouldn't be missing it from here, you'd think. It's about a 20 metre, 15 metre kick. Back on the level terms. Are we going to have a draw? We could very well have a draw here. Very, very well we could have a draw. Back underway in the middle. Langdon. Huge moments now. Throwing the ball, Aaron Norton. We are on 88 apiece. Langdon is just like, I'm just going to hold up the time, boys. We've got a good opportunity to go inside forward 50. Except he doesn't go inside forward 50. he didn't choose to go inside forward 50, but now they can. Jones there, Wiedemann. I reckon both teams would take a boundary throw in, and that's what's going to happen. So we're going to be at the 20-minute mark very soon. Then after that, we will have anywhere from 5 to 10 in-game minutes left, which would probably be about anywhere from 3 to 7 real-life minutes left before we find out who is going to take this game. So what happens from here at the 20-minute mark? Massive moments coming up. Treloar, Oliver, Daniel. It's out. Wallace, but he turns it over. Brayshaw. It's just a very hot ball out there. Gawn settles, but he goes back to Neil Bullen. You want to be going forward because it's a grand final which is drawn up right now. Now what happens in here? Tomlinson. He could probably kick it from here. He opts not to. Gawn, McRae, Vandermeer, English, they're out. Oh no, the touch, and it's coming back in the D's favour now. Oh no, it's still going in the Dogs' favour. Treloar's gone. Oh no, I don't think so. The umpire's like, nah, Treloar is not gone. Throw on the ball, Alex Neil Bullen. There's still an ounce of time left here for either team to score. Bailey Williams, Lipinski, Lipinski that one actually was. McDonald, push from the back, Adam Tomlinson. This is where it gets very nerve-wracking now. Josh Dunkley, 58 out. 58-57, he takes the kick, Duray, and that should be it. That'll be it. That'll be it. He's going to kick this and the Dogs are going to win the granny. By the barest of margins in the end, I reckon. The siren might have actually gone. It hasn't. But you can tell it gets tough. There is still time for the D's. But another for the Dogs and it'll be over. Ball up, Alex Neil Bullen. Now, Viney. McDonald. There's time. Vandenberg goes long. Wiedemann needs the mark. And Williams gets it. Easton Wood. And that's out on the full. Oh no, it's not. McRae intercepts. Oliver. Oh my gosh. It is a draw. We are back at this stage again. And we're going into extra time. Who would have thought? Yes, we are going into overtime. Overtime it is. Overtime 1. Here we go. We kick it off. Langdon. Straight away here the D's. Brayshaw. What's going to happen here? And he kicks the first. Incredible scenes. Scenes. There's going to be plenty of time here for either team to score. Neville Jetta takes the mark back. Now, I don't think overtimes go for as long as normal quarters, so this is going to be interesting. Clayton Oliver out to Petrarca. Martin has the ball to Smith, to Martin, to Liberatore. It's got to be really good here, and he is. He goes long and strong. Bruce. And it's a touch behind from May. So again, that oddens things up. Play on Stephen May. He does play it on. Now, Hayden Crozier takes the mark. And me right now, even though I'm not playing, I'm just watching this and I am nervous. I want to find out who wins. Crozier's put the Dogs back in front. And now this is something to get excited about. Imagine if this actually happens in the grand final. This would be crazy. Out the middle, Viney, Oliver, throwing the ball. There will be 2 overtimes to this. And if it's a draw by the end of it, we'll have to just do it again. Play on Marcus Bontempelli, and he is caught with the ball. The D's are going to go in quickly now. Real quick, they are. Charlie Spargo, here he goes. He just plays it on. Oh my gosh. Easton Wood is wrapped up. Easton Wood is wrapped up. Tommy McDonald here. Clayton Oliver. Now. Aaron Vandenberg. Oh my gosh. To put the D's back in front. And he's missed it. 101 apiece. So I think there's only 5 minutes in overtime, am I correct? So this might only go to 8 minutes in actual game time. Man, I am just getting so nervous right now. I'm not sure what overtime actually really does, because I've never really experienced it in the game because they've always been decided. But here you go, Fritsch, right on the last line of defence stuff here. Time on is going to be on right now. And ball up Aaron Norton. Overtime 1 can end anytime soon. Brayshaw, when his club needs it, he delivers. Behind is okay. Behind is okay. Keith brings the ball in. Oh no, Viney. McDonald. And he misses. Oh, that was Melksham actually. 2 behinds for the D's now. Keith brings the ball in. Vandermeer is wrapped up. My voice is so tired right now. I did not expect overtime. That means these 2 clubs are so evenly matched. It's coming back through May to Melksham. And overtime 1 is over. Melksham to lift his team. Siren is sounded. Jake Melksham, and he's done it. 8-point leaders of the D's. We are just skipping through this, getting right back into it. We don't have any time to waste. Who are going to be premiers? We are going to find out in probably about, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes. 2-3 minutes. Tim English. So if it's a draw at the end of this overtime, it'd be crazy. Then we've got to do this again. Behind Tim English. McDonald. He knows that you can probably just wait this time out. The time that they've probably spent in this game, just by kicking it around, both clubs, has been more than what an overtime goes for. Bailey Smith is wrapped up. Because there's only going to be around 6 or 7 in-game minutes time of this overtime. Maybe 8 if you're lucky. Trelaw squeezes it through, and it's a goal. 1 point game in favour of Melbourne. This is when you know it gets close. We are in overtime. For some reason, all of my single matches seem to go into overtime. They just like me. They like me to draw and then make it even more intense, which is good. Liberatore! Dogs in front. This is going to be a back and forth overtime. Dogs back in front. James Jordan. Lipinski sat underneath it, but Brayshaw. Daniel. Can he reload the Dogs' attack? There might only be 3 or so minutes left in this overtime. Wiedemann. McDonald. Throwing the ball, Ryan Gardner. To put the D's up by a point. Fritsch has hit the post. He has hit the post. I said D's by 2. What does the game predict? Brayshaw has taken a mark when it matters. What does he do? He kicks it. 2-point game, and the D's lead it now. In an up and down contest. What is going to happen here now? Bontempelli, gone. Norton running the wrong way. You got to take it back. It is into the 5th minute. So theoretically now it's time on. And time on won't be long. I reckon there'll be an extra minute or 2 in this. So in a minute we'll find out who are premiers of the 2021 Toyota AFL season in Evo 2's eyes. And I reckon it'll be the D's now. I reckon it's going to predict the D's by 2. Same prediction as me. That'd be hilarious. Time will probably beat everyone here. The Dogs go back in. Trelaw just puts it out ahead. Wallace. He's got to pick it up and get a goal here. Bruce. Goal! Dogs lead by 4. And it's over! Dogs are premiers in Evo 2's eyes. There you go. Scenes. Incredible. Amazing. And the D's. Their drought goes on. There you go. Petrarca 16 touches, 15 for Langdon, 15 for Oliver, 3 goals for Wiedemann, Melksham, 2 for Brayshaw. Man, that game had it all. You thought the D's were going to win it, and then right at the last minute, the Dogs steal it. And that was close. That was even as. Hit-outs were even. Free kicks were close. Tackles were in favour of the Dogs. Marks were close. Clangers in favour of the D's. They made 20 more mistakes than the Dogs. Handballs were pretty close. Kicks were very close. Contested possessions were in favour of the D's. Uncontested possessions were close. Disposals were close. Each and inside 50s were kind of close. For the Dogs though, 14 touches for McRae and Martin. 10 for Daniel. 2 goals for Trelaw, Norton and Wallace. Let's have a look here. McRae man the match, so he takes home the Norm Smith. Petrarca second, May third. Let's have a look at some stats here. That is incredible though. Like, look at that. Fantasy 89 for McRae, 79 for Norton, 75 for Martin and Vandermeer, and then 73 for Bonampelli, Daniel, Trelaw, and then also a further 70 for Liberatore. So 89 is what someone needs to beat here, but let's see, did anyone beat 89? No, 79 for Fantasy for May, 77 for Viney, 75 for Gorn, Oliver and Petrarca, and then 71 for Langdon and Hunt, who's always a hard worker. 69 Fantasy for Hunt. So that's going to be that, but you can see it there, like it is so close, and I'm very happy it went into overtime, and it was crazy in the end. You thought the D's had it, next minute the Dogs have it, you think the D's have it again, and it is just crazy. Man oh man, what an hour of football we have just experienced on the Fire Plays channel. So, go down, drop a like, go down, comment at overtime 1, no, comment like the last couple of minutes of overtime 2, who you think is winning. It's crazy. So, I do hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so then you guys will be notified when my videos come out, but I do think it'll be a close grand final. It'll be close. So I do hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so then you guys will be notified when my videos come out. That's going to be it for me now guys, so bye guys. Fire Plays out.